The hottest topic roaming around the country these days is on the newly enacted farm bills that got the assent of President of India on 24th September 2020. The big question before all of us is, are they really farmer friendly, or will they put the life of the farmers into more misery? Leaving aside the politics involved in this issue, in this video I have made a genuine attempt to explain the key features of the new enactment with reference to the loopholes prevailing under the existing system that are proposed to be plugged in under the new laws. Let me first explain the name of the new enactments. First enactment is the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act 2020, in short FPTC Act. Second is the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Services Act 2020, in short FAPAFS Act. And third is the Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020, in short EC Act. Now, let me explain the content of each law in a very brief manner and also explain the existing system which the new law proposes to plug in. First, we'll start with the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act 2020. This law seeks to give freedom to the farmers to sell their produce outside the notified APMC control mandis with an aim to permit the farmers to fix the price of the produce on their own by bargaining with the traders and other consumers directly. This new law tries to nullify the existing practice of sale of agriculture produce only through the Agriculture Produce Market Committees, popularly known as APMCs. Because as per the existing APMC law, farmers can't directly sell their produce to the consumers, nor anyone can directly approach the farmers to purchase from them. All the sale are being done through the mandis controlled by APMCs. Also, under the existing APMC driven system, the products are sold through auction in two ways. First is through minimum support price system, popularly known as MSP, and second is the price discovery system. Under the existing system, the produce reaches from the hands of the farmers to the hands of the final consumer, crossing so many stages involving numerous middlemen and commission agents. This makes the final retail price of the produce costlier compared to the price which really goes to the farmer's pocket. This new FPTC Act allows farmers to sell their produce outside the mandis established by APMC Act in every state. This can be interstate or intrastate trade or even through electronic trading. When such a trade is conducted outside the mandis, no market fee can be collected according to the new law. This law will open more choices for the farmers and reduce marketing costs and help them get better prices. But farmers in states like Punjab, Haryana and Karnataka oppose this new act due to the fear that it may eventually lead to the end of APMCs and MSP-based procurement system. And they also fear that this may lead to exploitation by private companies. Also further, there are some agitations from few states complaining that the new law will make the states to lose as they won't get their share from the market fee hereafter. The next enactment in the row is the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Services Act 2020. The important feature of this act is that farming agreement can be entered into between a farmer and a buyer prior to cultivation. This is commonly known as contract farming. The agreement can be for a minimum period of 1 year to a maximum period of 5 years unless the production cycle is more than 5 years. The second important feature of this act is that price of the farming produce should be mentioned in the agreement. If the price is subject to variation, guaranteed price should be mentioned. Further, the buyer should pay the market rate if it is higher than the contract rate. The third important feature is that in case of disputes, the parties must refer it to the board, which contains fair representation of parties to the agreement for resolution. If the dispute remains unresolved after 30 days, parties may approach the subdivisional magistrate for resolution. Parties will have the right to appeal to appellate authorities. Both the appellate authority and magistrate need to dispose the dispute within 30 days. This law seeks to transfer the risk of market unpredictability from farmers to the sponsors. Farmers will get access to modern technology and better inputs. The farmers are fully absolved from incurring any expenditure on marketing of the produce as the sponsors will take the produce from the farm gate. However, there are some aversions shown against this act, alleging that the new law will not help small and marginal farmers who constitute major farm population in India. Further, this act is alleged to help big corporates, exporters and processors who will weaken the negotiating power of the farmers because of their dominance. The next law is the Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020. This law seeks to remove the commodities like cereals, pulses, oil seeds, onions, and potatoes from the list of essential commodities and will do away with the stockholding limits on such items except under extraordinary circumstances like war, famine, extraordinary price rise, and natural calamity. It appears that the new enactment aims at attracting private investment and FDI into farm sector as well as bringing price stability. But this new enactment gets heavy protest by the farmers and opposition parties, alleging that the big corporates will have freedom to stock commodities, helping them dictate terms to the farmers. Because the present position is that restriction on stockholding limits shall not apply to farmers, hence it is alleged that bringing private players in power with the farmers may turn against the welfare of the farmers. Further, the government will come into picture in the matters of regulation of the price only in cases where price shoots up more than 150% of the price of the product that was prevailing during the same period in the previous year. This provision is alleged to be unfair as the chance of exercising of power by the government to control the price of the products will never arise or arise very rarely. Before parting with, let me put forth another crucial fact that the constitutional validity of the new enactments will be tested in the judicial forums in the coming days, as the moot question before the legal experts is that do the centre have power to enact laws in the matters relating to agriculture? This question finds its importance as agriculture being a state subject as per the 7th schedule of Constitution of India. Be that as it may, without dwelling on the controversial elements and giving the benefit of doubt in favor of the legislatures, let us look at the new change with a positive outlook. Going on with the words of Walt Disney, if there is no change, there will be no butterflies. With this happy note, I conclude. Thank you all for your patient listening. Have a good day.